Hello, everybody. Here to talk about worship and preaching for this coming Sunday at St. Andrew Christian Church. We are embarking on a new season, a spiritual season in the life of the church and within the wider body of the church, the season of Lent. And the sermons being preached to the season of Lent will come under a new theme of calling it Embodying Courageous Communal Faith. And each week is a different word that is the focus word for the sermon. And so each of these words have some history to them in terms of words that are words that draw people in. They're not words we typically think of that, well, this is what's drawing me to this community faith to share my life and to grow and to make a difference. But after years of dialogue and conversation with people, certain words have trickled up to the top, at least for me, in terms of what draws people in. And so the first word we're going to take a look at this week is the word of authenticity. And essentially, what we say we are, we really are. There's many people that says, well, I'm this, or we're this, and they're really not. And people are looking for an authentic experience, an authentic group of people, that when we say who we are, that's really who we are. And there's a scripture text that I find really interesting that will help us kind of explore this theme of authenticity. In Luke, we have the story of Jesus healing the centurion's son. And you may or may not know that story in Luke, but one of the things I find fascinating about this story is the dialogue that happens between Jesus and the centurion himself, not the servant, but the centurion and Jesus, the conversation that happens between the two of them. And that the centurion has this kind of openness or vulnerability to reach out to Jesus. In a world in which centurions typically would not have reached out to Jesus in this particular way, but he believes Jesus can do something for him. And Jesus is a person that said, this is the life I bring. This is the message I bring. And he's going to follow up that message with action that reflects what he says he's proclaiming. And so this whole dialogue between the centurion and Jesus, to me, is a conversation about authenticity. It's about discovering the true essence by them being open and connected with one another. Not only do they find strength in the other, they end up finding strength in themselves because of that authentic opportunity to dialogue, connect, and form that relationship. So we will talk about authenticity as kind of the lead word into Lent, which I think is an important lead word into the season. If we're going to approach Lent, if we're going to go on this journey with Jesus, we want it to be as authentic as possible. You don't want to kind of say, well, I'm kind of doing this, kind of doing this. We want it to reflect the very authentic nature of how we approach our faith, our life, our connection with others. So I hope you'll join us on Sunday as we start this new series together.